Josiah Winnell. And today both teams come in with winning streaks, but one of those has to end.
That's right, Josiah. ACU is coming off of 2 wins, while Tulsa is looking for their 7th win in this win streak.
7 straight wins, and it's going to take something from unique players. Let's look at our impact players for this evening's matchup between the Hurricane and the Wildcats.
For Tulsa, we have veteran setter Braden Hipp. Tulsa has had a really clean offense, and she is the foundation of that. For ACU, we have outside hitter Aubrey Beaver, who has been facing some inconsistencies this preseason, but when she is on, she does a lot of good for the Wildcats.
It's Junior Cat Day here at Moody. Here's Taylor Harrison with more on today's unique audience.
Thank you, Josiah. As you mentioned previously, today is Junior Cats Day, so it's not just going to be another day of great volleyball here at Moody Coliseum, but today, elementary school and middle school kids have been invited from across the big country to participate in the game today. This may include them coming off the stands and not just being a part of the audience. Back to you, Josiah.
Welcome back inside Moody. Thank you, Taylor, for that great report. And as we get ready for Tulsa's starting lineup, as we get ready for first serve here, Beth Bayless, a great start to the season already for the Golden Hurricane. And this entire Tulsa team looking for that 7th straight win, a potential tonight as they face the Wildcats. And it looks like we're getting ready to kick it off here with the first serve coming from Abby Christian. And the junior will line up. Here we go. From Abilene Christian. Donning the number 12, the white uniform, tosses it over. Close to the net and a tap over. And there's going to be a violation. It's going to be ACU with the first point of the evening.
A little bit of a messy pass there by libero for Tulsa. Number 2, Patterson, shaking off those pregame jitters perhaps.
Here comes Christian once again. Last year, one of the best service in the country. Now a pass backwards. Sent over in a free ball. Setting up on the outside, back behind, and that's going to go out of bounds. ACU gets the second one.
Another little mishandling there by Patterson, and great coverage there by Christian. That was a hard throwdown tip sent right in front of her, but that was a great pickup, able to free ball it over and still end up with the point.
Could it be 3rd time's the charm for Tulsa? ACU leading by 2. And this one on the outside corner, picked back up, set up, outside hit. That one tipped, but reset by the Wildcats. Now from the back line, that one ricochets up in the air, picked up by the Golden Hurricane. This one a rocket, and it's going to be back in the hands of Bayless, and that will get Tulsa their first point of the afternoon.
A really great play there by Bayless. She just landed and just turned and opened, and the ball was coming right back to her, able to send it high over the hands of those blockers.
Now Tulsa's turn. The libero. And Lauren Patterson sends it over. The first one for Tulsa. Setting up the outside, Beaver sends it down. And that one will be another point for ACU. The first kill for Beaver. She's been on fire. Let's head to the keys to the game. Keep the momentum going for both of these teams, but especially Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa coming off of 6 wins is really impressive, and so they want to keep playing into that. And for Abilene Christian, they need to regain some momentum after some 2 wins, but not a lot of home wins on their schedule.
And the other one was feed the playmakers, and we just saw on back-to-back plays, those playmakers making plays. Right there, Hannah Gonzalez firing it down for the point. Right before that, Aubrey Beaver, that outside hitter who's had so much success, looking for a potential school record tonight as she looks at the kills through the first 10 games as a potential, but Tulsa will get this one, getting their second point of the afternoon.
Really quick set there. Great job on Cooper being up. We'll take another look at that. She was up before the ball was even in the setter's hand. That's really hard to defend.
As London mentioned, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane coming in with 6 straight wins. After dropping the first 2 of the season, they're looking for number 7 tonight against Abilene Christian. Now Gonzalez through the middle. That one's tipped. It's going to be ACU's point.
Another great high hand swing there. We've seen a couple of these early on in this match, which is kind of the style that both of these teams have historically liked, and now we're seeing some action with today.
And that was Hannah Gonzalez, 100th kill of the year already. her and Beaver have provided so much offense for this ACU team. That one too long on it, gives the Golden Hurricane another point and brings them up to 3.
Seen some struggle this preseason with that top spin serve kind of underneath the ball, and so it's floating too far out of bounds.
Quinn Swafford from Branson, Missouri. The transfer from Iowa Western Community College. Outside hit. That one spinning down, picked up by the Golden Hurricane. This one rockets across. ACU able to reset. Now from the back line. That one, back corner, it's going to be Tulsa's point.
Really close call there. Good idea there by Beaver. It looks like her feet weren't quite there for that quick back row attack, and Tulsa did a great job of just letting that one go.
Swafford back once again, the junior. She spent 2 years at Iowa Western Community College before she came here, and already making a huge impact already. Now an outside hit, that one deflected and up in the air. Koss goes straight over. Tulsa able to recover. This one gonna have to be just light over free ball for ACU. Now the outside hit, taps up and goes back and fires down. That's number 17, Kat Cooper. Great hit from the transfer.
Yeah, big swing there again by Cooper, and beautiful set there by Hip. I mean, that is just, again, a super difficult ball to defend as it's just going right down near the 10-foot line.
The transfer from San Diego State, where she recorded a total of 284 kills and 129 blocks in her 212 sets with the Aztecs. Now outside hit. This one hasn't worked so far for Courtney Church in the back corner, but they keep feeding her. Now Koss goes straight over. The trickery works once again and breaks the tie, gives ACU the lead.
A couple plays ago, she did that kind of going slightly towards the right back, and that time she throws it into the center, and almost all of Tulsa was on the ground trying to defend that. Look at that placement. That is exactly where you want to send that ball.
Now Koss sends it over. Back set, fires down. That one ricochets out of bounds, and the Tulsa Golden Hurricane even it back up at 6.
Seeing Cooper there on the slide this time, she is just everywhere that she needs to be and is really effective right now for Tulsa.
Now Cooper back to serve. Goes with the right hand. It will hit on the top line of the net. ACU back on top.
It's an interesting serve there. It looked like she was doing a float serve, but tried to put some topspin on it. Maybe a little bit of a hybrid serve there, or just mishit. We'll see next time around.
Isabel Larson, the 5'11" junior out of San Jose, California. From the right side, sends it over to the back middle. Now from the middle, sent down by Eitler, sent back up, and Koss able to save it. That one tapped, and Larson not able to handle it. Tulsa with the point.
Great swings there by Eitler. She kind of reminds me of a beach player. She's very shoddy. She's just hitting those high wrist snap shots, just trying to hit the ball where people aren't. She doesn't have to hit it hard. She just has to hit where no one is standing.
And here's one of our impact players, the senior Braden Hip, starting her 4th year, the Golden Hurricane. Now an awkward set, able to get it off though. Tulsa able to recover, close to the net, sent down, picked back up, rolls over. It's Tulsa's ball. Outside hit, that one fires up, and that one up almost in the second deck. A strong hit for Tulsa.
Wow, just a lot of really powerful swings there from both sides. Able to see that ball put down there by Vance. Great line shot. You can see she moved her entire body inside to try to get around that ball, swing that line.
Hip once again. From Fort Myers, Florida. Sends it over. Koss sets up. And the deflection into the net. Trying to save it. It won't go for Tulsa. ACU's point.
Kind of a weird little hit there. Again, hard to defend just because you don't really know where the ball is going. Hip is almost under it, just not quite.
Now the libero. Brennan Ramirez, redshirt freshman from Texas for the Wildcats. That one through the middle, and a service ace for Ramirez.
That was a nasty serve there by Ramirez. That had a lot of drop on it. Just fell right in front of the passers. No movement on it. Perfect float.
The last time we were here together, Missouri State fell to the hands of Abilene Christian, 3-1, and Brennan Ramirez was a big part of that with her serving as a tap over, as Gonzalez able to save it. That one falls to the ground. Miscommunication gives ACU a point.
We're seeing some messiness here on the side of Tulsa, and we were talking about it before the game that Tulsa's just had such a clean preseason, and that's kind of been the edge.
Another one for Ramirez. This one to the back line. Picked up, back set, fires down, and that's going to be a point for Tulsa.
Great line swing there by Eitler. That's the second line swing on the right side that has worked, and so maybe that was one of those scouting report things that they want to attack that line when that ball is going behind the setter. Taking another look at it. Look at how high that swing is. It's a great line shot.
The leading scorer for Tulsa right there, Eitler. Grabbing just what they needed. Now Koss outside. That one deflected, picked back up by Tulsa. This one, another one, fires on the outside corner. That's Olivia Vance, gives ACU the point, though.
Yeah, looks like it's going to call out. I was a little surprised by that as well. I was going to say another line shot that worked. It looks like they're going to go for the challenge, thinking that ball was in.
Head coach Lauren Matowski brings out the green card to challenge this play. The firing shot from the outside, seeing if it went on that back line. And this Tulsa team coming in to this matchup, we've already said it multiple times, but it's impressive. They're going for 7 straight. But what happens with this team, what has happened so far with this team is extremely impressive. 10 out of the 14 roster players are new faces right now, as we'll get a look at this replay as they start to come through. And it looks like we actually have a decision, and they're going to give ACU the point. Let's look at this replay. And never mind, it looks like they will. Well, there's a great look right there. Tulsa asking for it, and they will get the point. The original signal switch back over. It's Tulsa's point. But then Tulsa goes on a 6-game win streak after losing to Wyoming and Colorado, including 2 wins against SEC opponents, Arkansas and Oklahoma. Again, going for 7 straight tonight after Beaver throws it down. She has something to say about that. Gives Abilene Christian the lead once again.
Yeah, great swing there by Beaver. Really powerful cross-court swing. We haven't seen a ton of action from her on the front row yet. She just moved up there, and so I'm sure we'll see more action from her as the match continues.
Rotation brings it back to Abby Christian, who started us off. Now serving from the right side, but with the left hand. Set up from the back line, taps it over, picks it back up. And Gonzalez throws it right in between the 2 white lines. A little bit short on that one, gives Tulsa the point.
Yeah, Koss loves going to Gonzalez when she's off the net. You don't really expect setters to set the middle when they're that far off the net, and it looks like that was just a little bit of miscommunication there. Too low of a set for Gonzalez to get over.
Lauren Patterson. Knotted at 11 right now. Koss back sets it, fires down. That one close to the net, goes right back to ACU. Now this time Beaver, and that's going to be another kill for Beaver.
Wow, just power on power. Beautiful swing there by Gonzalez. Good coverage by Tulsa, but man, Beaver's just up there to just swing through that block again. Take another look at it. She's swinging so hard through that block that it's not going to end up on her side. It is going to go over right in front of hip.
Tulsa, outside hit, deflected on the hit from Bayless. Now this one finds the perfect spot, ACU with the point.
Super smart there, shot there by Beaver, who has had 2 really powerful swings, but throws in that off-speed shot, catches them off guard, and again in that hole that Koss found earlier in the court.
Her first season with the purple and white. Looks so comfortable already as ACU able to return a hit right here. That one close to the net, and Gonzalez throws it down. Tulsa's point.
Again, maybe a little bit of miscommunication or mistiming there between Koss and Gonzalez. Take another look. Maybe that ball was just a little bit too far in front of her. Right idea, though.
The Wildcats lead 13-12 over Tulsa in this first set. Brittany Bakelin sends it over. Too long on it, gives the Wildcats another point.
It looked like it was a good serve. It just had a little bit too much heat on it, which I think ACU got lucky with. If that ball fell in, that would have definitely been an ace.
And that's something we don't see Tulsa make a lot. Mistakes right there. As once again, trying that backspin serve just goes too long once again. We've seen issues with it all year. Gives Tulsa their 13th.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I'm wondering if in practice that serve is pretty lethal, but if in games the timing is just off a little bit, but it's the same mistake every time.
Sent over. Ramirez is going to have to go run after it. She has a great hit getting it over, and able to get over is the Wildcats. Now this one, a rocketing shot, trying to save it, and Ramirez will get it back over after the help from Beaver. Another hit, this one down, and no matter what ACU could do after two great rallies, they can't stop that one.
Good job by ACU making sure that Tulsa has to put in the work to get that point, but man, Eitler with a great line swing again. We're seeing that line shot on both pins just working really well for the Hurricane.
Beaver to Koss, and Koss goes straight over. Now this one tries to go outside off the hand of Ramirez. It's Tulsa's point. And there's going to be a timeout called. ACU wants to reset as Tulsa leads 15-14 in this first set. We'll be back after this break. 15-14, the Golden Hurricane over the Abilene Christian. They'll have to start in this first set, which ACU trails in. As Tulsa sets up. Outside hit from Eitler. That one spins over. ACU able to get it. Outside corner, picked back up. Close to the net. Eitler with the second attempt. This one flies up in the air. Beaver able to save it. Now a rocketing shot, picked back up. Back and forth, tipped back down. ACU has to reset. Ramirez gives it up to Koss. Koss throws it over. Weird footing, but it still gets in. A great hit right there from Courtney Church.
Wow, what a rally. Both sides, great defensive effort. And like you said, kind of weird footing there, but able to find the deep court. It looked like Tulsa just kind of got sucked up into the court, which is easy to do when the ball is just so tight to the net, play after play.
Rachel Koss. Too long on that one. Hands the lead right back into the Golden Hurricanes.
I've seen a lot of service errors from both sides today, and I think both teams are going to need to kind of find their rhythm to continue on in this match well.
And it looks like Tulsa is going to sub in number 6, Miley Jackson, the freshman. And she's coming in for the Golden Hurricane from Tulsa, Oklahoma, playing in her hometown. And she's able to get it over. Koss, outside hit, firing shot close to the scoreboard, picked back up. Tulsa able to save it. ACU with a great opportunity right here. Koss sets up, outside tap, perfect tap, and they're going to give the point to number 8. That's Annalise Severe. Great hit for Abilene Christian.
I think that's the third or fourth time that that tip to the center of the court has worked for the Wildcats. They need to keep exploiting that spot there. You see that the Golden Hurricane is getting closer and closer to covering it, but until they do, great job by Severe for using that open spot.
And a great replay right there, very close to picking it up off the floor, but signaled very quickly that it was down, giving ACU the point. Now Larson sends it over, sets up the outside, and that one's just right behind her. Eitler not able to handle it, ACU with the point.
A really tight set there by Hip. There just wasn't much that Eitler could do, and we haven't seen that a lot from Hip, and I don't anticipate to see much more.
All the way back, Eitler, once again, this one close, and is able to get it over. Tulsa scores once again.
It's kind of a funky little point there, just trickles down the front side of the block, and that probably means that the block either wasn't pressing hard enough over that net or just mistimed getting up on Eitler.
It was almost deja vu from the point before, except for this time, Eitler was able to get it over. 17-17 our score. Koss Giving it up, outside hit. That one will ricochet out of bounds. ACU at the point.
Great swing there again by Severe, who is doing a good job of mixing up the powerful shots and the roll shots and just going hard off of those high hands.
Ramirez, when she last served, obtaining 3 points in a row for ACU. Trying to do the same right here. She'll send it to that back corner. Now back set. Fires it up. Nobody there. And it's Tulsa's point.
Again, Eitler just working really hard to get her body around that ball to hit that line shot that has been working so well for Tulsa. So she's hitting high hands off towards that line. And
now,
Wildcats are yet to stop it.
Now the star-studded senior, Lauren Eitler, spending all of her years at Tulsa, donning the gold uniform with the blue lettering in cursive, Tulsa, the number underneath. Koss, quick set, picks back up after Gonzalez hit. Now outside, we'll try with Beaver. That one goes all the way out, and it's gonna be a point for ACU.
Good block there by Hansen, but great coverage there by the Wildcats, getting it out to Beaver, who looked a little off balance, but is able to pull that offline shot.
And Koss has been trying to set up Hannah Gonzalez all evening, and it just hasn't gone their way yet. Finally, right there, it works out for the Wildcats. Here's Christian. That one's short, picked back up though. Outside hit, fires up in the air. This one gonna be close to the net. Koss goes straight down. This one out of play, but picked back up. Now thrown up, almost touches the Jumbotron, will not. Tips it over, and that one will go out of bounds. ACU with another point.
Again, that tip shot, we're just seeing it work every single time for the Wildcats, and Tulsa yet to figure it out. And I think they're anticipating a big swing from Beaver, which makes sense, but it's a really smart play to just throw in something different.
And another timeout signaled here. And it's exactly what you're saying. Beaver with the potential to have one of the strongest hits on this entire roster. But she also has that light hit, which is so effective. Let's look at head coach Lauren Matowski, 42-28 as her time as Tulsa's head coach in her third season. Now here's the special thing. She came in with not high expectations necessarily from the public opinion, wins 18 in her first 2 years. A very impressive coaching resume in her short time with Tulsa, starting on her third season. And she is very proud of what the streak that her Tulsa team is on right now, winning 6 straight. Trying to get 7 right now, but they're gonna have to rally here in this first set to get off on the right foot. 2018 our score, ACU leading over Tulsa. Abilene Christian coming in with a streak of their own after 2 sweeps, one at Grambling State and Arkansas Pine Bluff. But before that, they lost 6 of their 7 matchups. And it was very important for them to get on a little bit winning streak before they face this very talented Tulsa team. A very back and forth first set here. ACU leading 20-18. We'll see if they can close it out or if Tulsa has a card up their sleeve. Christian out of the timeout. Sends it up, that's gonna be near the floor, not able to pick it up. And Christian with a nice service ace.
And coming out of a timeout with an ace is always a good feeling. You just re-enter that rhythm that the timeout tries to break. Great job by Christian.
We talked about momentum pregame. It's not just necessarily over the matches, it's also in these little moments that send ACU or Tulsa to set wins. Now Christian once again, this one a setup and the tap over, nobody able to be there, and it's gonna be Tulsa's point.
Good handling there by Bayless. You can see she went up with her left hand because it was so tight to the net. It's a really smart play there. Instead of swinging away and hitting that ball into the net, able to just tip it over.
The transfer from Loyola Marymount. Lauren Patterson. She sends it over. Ramirez, the one that receives it. Back set, Gonzalez sends it down. Tulsa able to recover. Now the tap over, Ramirez is there. Koss gives it up. Outside Beaver, fires it down, but it goes out of bounds, ACU.
Good swing there by Beaver, and just a little bit of a miss block there. It looked like by Vance, hands kind of facing out of bounds, so the ball just does not go in their favor. Take another look at it here.
Aubrey Beaver. That one near the back line, sent back up, able to get it over. This one straight over, and a point for Tulsa. Beaver frustrated about that one, but there's not much you can do with some trickery like that.
Yeah, super smart play by Hip. That was a really quick set again to Cooper, a really quick dig over the net. ACU's defense is just not set yet. That was a really smart play by Hip. Send it right back over as they scramble.
Brittany Bakeland will go up with the right hand and send it over right in the middle. Koss has to go running for it. It's near the net, sent back down. Another point for Tulsa. They have narrowed down the gap between in this deficit. It's 22-21. And a timeout from Abilene Christian, realizing that they cannot allow a Tulsa comeback right here after back-to-back points for the Golden Hurricane. The Wildcats coming in 4-6 versus Tulsa's 6-2. Very different seasons. Once again, Tulsa coming in with losses to Wyoming and Colorado in those first two matchups, but then they go straight into winning 6 straight. This would be their first loss since August 30th if ACU is able to pull it off. And that's been a long road trip because ACU has been back and forth between Moody Coliseum here and other places, but Tulsa has not had a home game yet. Now they head back to Tulsa for this next matchup after facing Abilene Christian to face New Mexico State and Oral Roberts back-to-back as part of their own tournament. But they've been a little bit they've been on the road for a long time. Is it a potential that they're a little homesick right now, not playing any games in front of their home crowd?
I mean, it's tough just being on the road and all of the exhaustion that comes with that as well as classes beginning. I mean, these aren't just athletes, they're students as well, and that's really tough, and I'm really impressed by the energy that they still have on this court. At this tight set, they still seem to be calm, cool, and collected, and they don't seem to be as exhausted as you would expect with that schedule.
Well, if they're starving from a little bit of home right now, they'll definitely be satisfied with a Tulsa Volleyball Invitational. 3 matches in the span of 24 hours. It's going to be a ton of Tulsa volleyball in Tulsa as a service ace is scored for Tulsa. We're all knotted up at 22.
Great serve there by Bakhorn. I said the first time around with that first error that serve has a lot of potential to cause the Wildcats some trouble, and it looks like it's doing that now.
Looking like she has all the confidence in the world. Bakhorn sends it over with the right hand. This one picked up by Christian. Koss sets up on the outside. That one fires down. A great hit right there from Courtney Church.
And a great handling there by Abby Christian on a really tough serve, able to kind of step up and adjust. That inside set is that shot that Church likes. It still looks like she's swinging a little bit behind her. This is a good deep shot, but you know that Church wants to.
So fighting to win this first set. And another timeout signal. 23-23 our score between the Abilene Christian Wildcats and the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Abilene Christian led by third season. 25-42 over her time here, so completely different time than our opposing head coach, Lauren Romatowski. But she's starting to build something special right here with Abilene Christian. Transfers Becca Siedenberg, Aubrey Beaver, Erica Gustafson, and Brenna Ramirez all making huge impacts already, but especially Aubrey Beaver, who's having a historical start to her Abilene Christian career. So something special here in Abilene that head coach EJ is building. She's getting ready for conference play as ACU will start that in just a few days. They'll head off September 25th. Timeout is over, and we have an exciting end all set up for us in this first set, 23-23. Quinn Swafford back. Right hand sends it over. Koss gives it up to Church, sends it down. Tulsa resets. Quick set, right down, and a great hit there from Kat Cooper.
Saw a lot of early action from Cooper and kind of went silent there for the middle portion, but when things are tight, you want to go to her again. tips that ball straight down. They're expecting a big swing, and she gives them a little tip instead.
A potential to run away with this first set. Tulsa sending it over. Ramirez has to go running for it. Sets up perfectly. Church, who gets it up. Now saved. Has to get it over is Eitler. Gives up to Beaver. Back sets. Throws it down. Picked up by Tulsa. Outside hit. Eitler taps it up. Beaver dives for it and picks it up. Now Church. Rocketing shot. And then a back set. Sends it down, and it's going to be out of bounds. ACU evens it up at 24. Back and forth, it won't stop.
Yeah, and that was a good error. You know, that wasn't a lazy error or a tired error, just a mishit there by Cooper. Great effort on both sides. And you know, those long rallies often end in errors, and so it's somewhat to be expected.
Rachel Koss. This one on the back line, setting up near the net, able to save it without touching the net. Great play there from Eitler. Now this one a tap over, dives for it, trying to save it, somehow gets it over. Now Koss, back set, sends it down. That one ricochets and picks up for Tulsa. Sets up, Eitler, fires it down, Ramirez digs it out of the ground. Pick up, back set. And sent over by Beaver. Eitler once again, this one finally good, and Tulsa able to go ahead 25-24.
This Tulsa team is just so scrappy. They are getting everything up, even though the Wildcats are throwing everything at them. And Hip just gives a beautiful set there. Excuse me, Bacorn just gives a beautiful set there to Eiler. Just able to get that line swing. So powerful.
Kat Cooper, second on the team in scoring. Coming into this matchup, 91 points on her 69 kills. Trying to win this first set. And that one is out. Back and forth, here we go, 25-25.
What a lucky break there for the Wildcats. That is exactly when they want someone to miss their serve. Easy point to tie it all up.
And that will bring Isabel Larson to the line. 25-25 here in this first set. Back and forth the entire time, and such an appropriate way to finish here. We'll see who comes away with it. Tapped up, picked up, an outside hit. That one tipped and saved, picked up, and she misses on the hit. That was number 5, Jill Hansen, who just missed it, the freshman. ACU gets the 26th point.
Another just bad timing error there for Tulsa, and well-timed error there for ACU to give them set point.
Wildcats on their feet here in Moody Coliseum. Isabel Larson trying to run away with this first set. Tulsa, Eitler. So much anger in that hit right there. 26-26, she looks at her teammates and says, right now is the time we walk away with this.
What an insane cut shot. Again, she was just throwing her shoulder and her arm all the way into that angle, trying to get it into that really sharp shot, and executes it beautifully.
Braden Hip sends it over. Ramirez gives it up to Koss. Outside hit. Beaver sends it down. Tulsa able to keep it up. Eitler. This one back line. Larson asking for it back. Ramirez instead will give it to Beaver, who blocks it down, and Tulsa takes the lead, at least for a moment.
What an insane switch of momentum. You have 2 great points there for the Wildcats, and now 2 great points for Tulsa. First a big swing, and now a big block. It's anyone's game.
Hip once again. This one in play. Koss gives it up. This one a tap over, and Tulsa gets a perfect opportunity. Outside hit, fires down, that one's out. We're tied up once again.
Looks like Tulsa wants the touch. Thinking that ball went off the hands of the Wildcats, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and challenge it.
And they will challenge the touch. Now, if it was touch, this would be a set win for Tulsa. As we check the video replay, 27-27 as it stands right now. 7. And we're ready to go after the review. Ramirez sends it over. Tulsa, outside hit, rocketing down. Too far, though, for number 21. Olivia Vance gives ACU the tiebreaker.
Another right idea there by Vance. 2 deep shots in the middle of the court. They want to either go line or that sharp angle and are just missing it to the middle.
Once again, an opportunity to win this first set. Ramirez gets it over. Setup, quick one, down and saved. That one rolls over, but it's out. Tied up once again.
Great pass there to start it off by Eitler. That was not an easy serve to handle, and she handled it so well. Hip could have gone to anyone that she wanted to. Goes to the freshman middle there just for a little tap down.
Now Lauren Eitler, the senior. Right hand sends it over. Koss gives it up. Gonzalez fires it down, nobody there.
Teams are just getting points when it matters most for them, even if it's on the air of the other side. The arms are kind of flailing there. It's kind of a lucky.
They caught a break because nobody was there. Christian would have had to dive for a pretty amazing, spectacular play to save that one. Now ACU with another chance to win this first set. This one barely over, but it does get over. Outside hit, fired back down. It's going to be Tulsa's point.
I don't know what to say, except it just seems lucky to me. That is such a close call there. That is almost a stuffed block, but just barely goes out of bounds there. I think Vance got caught swinging a little bit too low into that, but it just, again, works out in their favor.
And it just feels like this set means more than just one on the board. Momentum of winning this absolute battle in the first set will mean so much as Tulsa will grab the point as Beaver sends it too long, and you can tell everybody's fired up with Tulsa another chance to win this first set.
Yeah, that's a big shift now. Now Tulsa just needs one more point as opposed to the Wildcats needing one more point. Everything just changes at the end of the first set here.
Well, both teams have had plenty of opportunities to win it, and somehow their opponent comes away with the point. We'll see what happens right here as Christian gets it off. Now Beaver, too much on it, and that will end it. The first set goes to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. An absolute battle between these two as ACU will fall 31-29. The sophomore for Tulsa will start us off. From the right corner, here we go, second set. Ramirez pulls it out of the ground. Beaver, left side, and that one ricochets out, and it's going to be a point for ACU.
Great swing there by Beaver and a great setup. She has plenty of room off the net to see that block and use it to her advantage, able to use that inside hand to get that sharp corner shot tool.
Aubrey Beaver. This one up in the air. Pick back up. This one too strong on Bayless. No tip. It's point.
Pretty messy swing there by Bayless. I think going for those high hands, and so when you miss, it just goes pretty far out there.
Exactly how that first set began. ACU getting out ahead with 2 straight points. They weren't able to get a third. We'll see what happens right here. This one, a tap over. Gonzalez saves it and gets it over. Now another hit. That one tipped up, and that one will go almost all the way out into the stands. It doesn't quite, but it goes well out. A point for Tulsa.
Good swing there at the chest of Beaver, who looks a little bit frustrated after that play, knowing that that ball just kind of got on her. Makes a sloppy move there, but she knows, and that was a good shot there by Bayless.
Quinn Swafford back to serve for Tulsa. Right hand serve gets over. Koss back sets Gonzalez. That one a lighter hit, and it stays in. A great hit from Gonzalez. And ACU goes up 3-1.
Looks like she only had one blocker up on that, one blocker bit on Koss, so to speak, thinking that Koss was going to send it over, so Gonzalez only had to get it through 2 hands instead of 4.
Ramirez sends it over. Set up. And another great hit from Kat Cooper. She's had some strong hits. The transfer from San Diego State making her name known tonight.
Cooper has had some really great swings and a lot of mixing up of shots, like that sharp angle on that slide. Take another look at it. That is a hard ball to defend and just so well executed by her.
Patterson. Koss, outside hit. That one too long. They're going to give it ACU the point, though, on the tip.
It's an amazing shot there by Edmiston. That deep corner shot on either side is typically going to be a kill. And that line shot, just no one saw that one coming.
Rachel Koss. Simple outside corner serve. Coming up, Eitler, Ramirez pulls it out. And a nice tap over, saving a low set. This one deflected right back down. ACU not letting anything come over. Finally has to set up and rocketed right down on a nice hit from Tulsa, gives them their 3rd point.
Now a little messy handling there by Beaver, sends it a little bit too tight, not enough time for Cross to get under and get that set. Eitler does a good job of handling it. Doesn't need to do much, just tap it right back down.
Braden Hip trailing by 1 in the 2nd set. That one too long on it, and ACU scores once again. Unforced error.
It's a good communication pattern there for ACU. Both Ramirez and Beaver go all the way to that back line just to make sure that that ball was out before letting it go.
Isabel Larson in to serve for the Wildcats. She'll shift over to the left side. Right hand serve. And it goes to the back line. Picks up. Fires down. Ramirez able to save it. Now a tap over. Nobody able to be there. It's going to be a Tulsa point.
See a little bit of frustration there on the Wildcat side. Again, just a really smart play there by Tulsa. Not needing to do much. Just send it right back over as he.
Lauren Eitler, the 5'11" senior. It's been the backbone of this team for so long, but she sends it too long on that first one. ACU, back-to-back unforced errors on serves from Tulsa. And it's back in the hands of a Wildcat, this one, Avery Thaler. A nice serve right over the top, picked back up, and sent it to the net. ACU scores once again.
Again, like you were saying, Josiah, just another unforced error. ACU's not even really having to do anything, just letting Tulsa make the errors here. You don't see a lot of hits into the middle of the net from Tulsa. Not real sure what went wrong there.
Now another nice one from Thaler. This one sets up Gonzalez. That's one of the best hits in the game. Gonzalez sends it down.
Great job there by Thaler. That's a super hard serve, and they just can't do anything but send it over. Gonzalez does a great job of stepping back to give her plenty of room to get a big swing on that ball.
8-4 in this second set. Back set. This one too long, and ACU will score once again.
Looks like we're going to make a sub here. Yeah, Vance is just making too many unforced errors there to justify keeping her in the game, but ACU is able to capitalize on this now as Thaler goes back to serve again. Coming in
for her is Megan Mills. This one on the outside corner. Picked up on the outside. This one tipped up, diving forward, and nobody's going to be there. Able to save it. It's going to be Tulsa ending the streak right there, but it is a 9-5 lead for ACU. A great start to this second set. Jill Hansen from San Antonio, Texas. The freshman sends it long over the head of the line judge, and that's 3 straight service errors for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
It's a lot of service errors considering how early we are into this second set. I mean, Tulsa only has 5 points on the board, and they're almost erroring out more than the points that they have. And
there's the timeout to reset potentially, as Abilene Christian drops the first set but leads this second one 10-5 over Tulsa. We'll be back right after this with more action. 10-5, ACU leading over Tulsa. And Gonzalez will try to return this right now on a block, and that looks clean from this angle. The whistle comes in before then right there, and they give Tulsa the point.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean, like you said, from that angle. And again, the down ref is probably seeing something a little bit better than we are. But it looked like she was pretty far off of the net and didn't fully extend her arm into the net there. So I would not be surprised if this call gets overturned.
And there is a camera that is directly on that angle. Did it move? Is there any indications that she touched it? Here's another look at it. It might be her finger that they're looking at, and there's going to be a longer explanation to the PA announcer. And thumbs up. Says the call was reversed. Gonzalez was right.
Well, they called call reverse, but the 2 thumbs up that the down ref gave means replay, and it looks like we don't have a change in the points, which is an interesting call. I don't know if I've seen that coming off of a challenge.
So we're going to replay. Interesting. We're going to replay this as that one back in the hands of ACU. Beaver trying to go down, and it's going to be a point for ACU off the tip. They immediately, all 6 Wildcats, put their hands in the air saying tip, 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 and they're able to grab the point.
Yeah, really good high swing there by Beaver. There's a saying in volleyball that the ball doesn't lie. So if you don't win the challenge, if you get the next point, that means that you deserved to win the challenge. So I'm sure they have some relief now.
And from what we could see, that seemed to be the right case, but even for momentum purposes, that's exactly what they wanted. But Tulsa will grab this one. Beaver not able to get up for that one, and a great hit from Tulsa.
Big swing there by Mills, who we haven't seen put down a ball like that yet. But wow, again, that line shot that is just continuing to work. Look how powerful this swing is. It's a great hit there right in front of Ramirez, who can't move to get it.
Brittany Bacorn with her team down by 5. Koss has to run for this one, gives it up from the back line. Now set up. Outside, Ramirez picks it up. Koss gives it up to Gonzalez, sends it through the blockers, and another great hit from her. She hugs her setter, Rachel Koss, realizing that connection is finally on par.
Exactly, that connection was beautiful on that set. Koss is able to deliver it right, and see how she just barely leads her to where she has the ability to fully swing right through 4 hands in front of her.
Beaver gives it up close to the line. That one, a strong hit that hits right in front of the line. A beautiful one right there from Tulsa once again.
A great deep corner shot there by Bayless, and a really fast set there by Hip. We haven't seen that much speed on the sets consistently, but Bayless does a good job of getting up, and ACU's block's just a little bit late.
Sent over too far. And that is now 4 service errors. 4 of ACU's 13 points coming from Tulsa here in this second set. And a timeout was called earlier to try to reset that. And it was fixed momentarily, but right there, woes of what has happened earlier. Now trying to reset. Ramirez gets it up in the air, diving almost, trying to go for it. Was Beaver. She does not dive, and that was probably the right move. She would have gone right into some stands. Tulsa grabs the point.
Yeah, another great swing there by Eitler, who is just mixing up her shots so well, hitting deep corner, hitting sharp angle, hitting down the line. She's just playing what she sees. You can tell that she's a senior out there on the court.
Lauren Patterson sends it into the net. That's 5, and I hate to keep harping on it, but it is a really big impact. It is the difference in this game.
You can see Patterson there shaking it off. It's just, it really is such a mental thing when the person in front of you misses their serve. You just have to work so much harder to not miss yours because of that chain reaction.
Rachel Koss sends it over. Trying to get a quick side out, but ACU says something about it. A point to ACU on the deflection, and the Wildcats on fire right now in this second set.
A great block there by Severe, and Thaler finally able to shut down Eitler. If you can't defend her in the back, you gotta try to get her there in the front.
Koss sends it over down to a knee to set it up. Outside hit, picked back up. Now setting up Beaver, back line ricochets off her shoulder, and nothing she can do about that one. Tulsa grabs the point.
Good response there by Hansen, who does exactly what she needs to do. She's the only blocker up there against Beaver, but just seals the net. Is able to send the ball right back.
Braden Hip in her 4th year with Tulsa. This one on the outside, fires down is Annalise Severe. A great hit from the Wildcats.
Severe just has so much power and is just so good at seeing the blockers in front of her. She's very far off the net and is able to work that sharp angle shot in there. I don't even know if she's made a mistake yet in this match.
And it looks like a timeout will be signaled. 16-9 our score, ACU leading over Tulsa. So many different things going well for the Wildcats, and they'd love to go and take this to a win and also into their future games. They're, again, as I mentioned earlier, headed on the road, facing Texas Southern and Cal State Fullerton soon. Lamar and East Texas A&M also a part of that before conference play begins at Utah Valley on September 25th. This Tulsa matchup, so important to them. A win not only means 3 straight, but also over a very formidable opponent. 4-6 is nothing to be ashamed of, but some of those losses have been to teams that you wouldn't see the Wildcats usually drop one to. And Tulsa is a great team. They'd love to pull it out right here and win a victory would mean so much to this Wildcat team for sure. ACU looking for their 5th win. It's got to start here in the second set after dropping the first one 31-29 to the Golden Hurricane, who comes in on a streak of wins. The 6 on the floor for Abilene Christian. Avery Thaler, number 8, Annalise Severe, Rachel Koss, Brennan Ramirez, Aubrey Beaver, and number 11, Isabel Larson. On the Tulsa side, you've got on the outside first, Jill Hansen, once again, that freshman standing at 6'1" from San Antonio. She's made a big impact so far. We'll see what she can do here. But this one, too long, but a great hit from Megan Mills, just a little bit too strong.
It looks like she barely got some fingers on that. It was hard to tell because it was so slight. Looks like they called a tip off of the block there. Yeah, wow. That is the difference of a fingernail. But really smart play there.
Barely a point for Tulsa. As Koss gives it up and a strong hit down from Avery Thaler. The middle blocker shows some offensive prowess right there.
And that all starts with Ramirez's pass. That was a beautiful pass. Koss could have gone to any of the hitters there, and the Tulsa block just a little bit late getting up on Thaler, who's able to send it into the deep corner.
Now Thaler back to serve. This one a little bit strong, and that one goes well over the line. A point to Tulsa.
ACU has the room for service errors right now, a little bit less than what Tulsa has, but Tulsa is excited to see one go their way this time.
Once again, the freshman, Jill Hansen, now back to serve. Ramirez calls for it. Gives it up to Beaver right at the line, not able to save it, and tips down, potentially, Tulsa. They come away with the point, though.
Looks like a little bit of hesitation there to deliver that out-of-system set by Ramirez. Her and Koss were communicating as to who wanted to take it, so the ball just gets a little too tight. Beaver does a good job there, not jumping through the net, but just letting it go.
And Beaver misplays it, but she says, it's all right, calm down. And it's going to be a point for Tulsa, narrowing that gap down to 4.
Great serve there by Hansen. That was a really difficult ball to pass as Beaver just kind of throws her arms and shanks the ball wide, and you can see some Tulsa momentum starting to gain.
And another timeout signal, this one coming from Abilene Christian. Multiple points given up to this Golden Hurricane team that really struggled with serving earlier in the set, has started to get it together though, as we'll take a quick timeout on here on the court. And so far it's been a really back and forth matchup. Again, that first set was so special, the marathon that it was for both teams, seeing so many bright spots. But this second set has been completely different. It's been a run for Abilene Christian, some from what they've done, some from what Tulsa's given them on service errors. And right now they sit with a 4-point lead, but that is not a safe lead against the Golden Hurricane.
It's not a safe lead, and for all of the errors that Tulsa has got, I mean, all it takes is one service run in order to kind of shift the narrative here. And like you were saying in that first set, both teams were just doing what they needed to do. ACU's not doing anything spectacular, but you don't need to. You just need to do what you need to do. It's all about fundamentals here, and I think once Tulsa figures out how to consistently make their serve, we'll see a little bit of a closer match like we did in that first set.
And time to resume from that timeout. ACU just trying to get a few things. Jill Hansen once again gets it over. Ramirez gives up to Koss to try to save it. That one back in play. They're going to call it out, though. Give the point to Tulsa.
Good effort there by ACU. You kind of see some fighting back coaches didn't think that she was quite out of bounds. It looks like she's outside of the antenna. Good seal there by Bayless on the block.
You can see her step over the line right there, negating any play after that. Now Beaver off the deflection, able to score right there. The Wildcats back on the board, 18-14 is our score.
Great swing by Beaver. Again, those high hands. She loves that powerful high hand shot that, again, is just so hard to defend because you don't know where that ball is going to go, and sends it into the board next to it, completely non-defendable.
Abby Christian from Kansas City, Missouri. Her Wildcats leading by 4. Left-hand serve goes over. Set up outside, that one a tap. Ramirez diving to save it, and she will. This one close to the net, and a tap over for Beaver. Tulsa able to handle it. This one, a too-far hit from Megan Mills, another strong one, and they're gonna give Tulsa the point, though.
That was a net call there up at the block. She's got a little overzealous, kind of slapped at the net there and gets caught up in it. Again, now we're in a 3-point margin here. It's just gonna get smaller and smaller.
That first set, it was a showcase of fundamentals. This second set has been a little bit messy on both sides. Who can clean it up, be the one that runs away from this one, as Gonzalez sends it right in the net. The entire net shaking from the power of that hit, but just doesn't get over.
ACU kind of looking frantic now. Doesn't really hold their huddle after that play for very long. Just want to quickly get on to the next point. Looks like Koss kind of delivered a low set there to Gonzalez, a really fast low set, so not a ton that Gonzalez could do with it.
18-16 ACU leading over Tulsa, but Tulsa on a little run right here with service from number 16, Brittany Bacorn. Ramirez dives for it from her side, though, not able to save it. And another point for Tulsa, and now the deficit down to 1.
This is exactly what Tulsa needed, a server like Bacorn who can come in consistently and not only be consistent, but get some points on the board for them.
We'll see if the Wildcats can collect themselves. Christian able to save it. Koss near the net, gives it upside, and that one will be right on the net, rolls over on the Tulsa side. This one deflected, but it goes down on the ACU side. We're knotted back up at 18 now. Tulsa completes the comeback.
Yeah, great job by Tulsa, and great job by Bayless there again, just powerfully swinging through. Those forehands in front of her is going to force the Wildcat timeout here.
And the Wildcats will use their second and final timeout here in this second set. 18-18 our score, and kind of, I don't want to say falling apart because ACU's played well, but just struggling over these last few sets, last few points, allowing the Tulsa Golden Hurricane to come back and tie this game up at 18.
I mean, it's exactly what we were talking about. Those missed serves were just killing Tulsa, and once they figure it out that it's going to be a closer match, and look what's happening. You have Bacorn coming out here and doing exactly what she needed to do, putting a lot of service pressure on ACU, who maybe wasn't expecting it after all of those misses. And now you just kind of have a different perspective on the game, and the score is essentially 0-0, starting over.
And the Wildcats just trying to take a deep breath and reset. And they're focused on winning this second set right here after dropping that first one, as they will re-enter on the court.
Great job by Tulsa on just staying in this game. I mean, the gap was big enough that anyone could have given up or started looking on to the next set, but they really want to figure out how to win in this set. And so again, ACU is just going to have to figure out how to respond to that pressure that Tulsa is now applying on them.
Tulsa completed the comeback, now trying to take the lead. Ramirez gives it up to Koss. Gonzalez fires it down. Another strong hit from her, and ACU gets right back on track out of the timeout.
Yeah, and great pass there again by Ramirez, who has been delivering a lot of great passes that just allows Koss to do whatever she wants with it, and Gonzalez is there and ready to just swing through.
Outside, that one off Beaver.
Again, more frustration on the Wildcats side. You're kind of seeing the defense get sucked into the court, leaving that deep court open, and Bayless is able to use that. She's been swinging deep pretty much this whole match. Just kind of gets Beaver in the chest again.
19-19. Quinn Swafford. Right-hand serve from the left side. She'll send it to the middle back. Christian there. Koss. Back set. Gonzalez fires it down, but Koss is right there. Ramirez. Back outside to Gonzalez. She'll go with the tap. And coming in is Patterson able to save it. This one gives it up to Ramirez on the dive. Koss outside. That one tipped up after the hit. Outside hit from Eitler. And Christian saves it. That one near the line. It's going to barely roll over. But it saves and resets for the Wildcats. Now a strong hit that goes to Tulsa. It hit off the net, but it did not hit a Golden Hurricane. It goes out of bounds.
Again, Tulsa just loves to keep the ball in play and let the other team make the error. That's what's been their sweet spot this preseason. We didn't see it a lot last set, but you're starting to see it come alive now as you force an error on kind of a missed set on Beaver.
And the referee confirming that it is Tulsa's point, and it is 2019 after the discussion. Ramirez. Now Gonzalez, that one deflects right back down in play, a Tulsa point.
Great block there by Eitler, who did it the play before and does it again. Starting to read Gonzalez like a book there and just doing a really good job of getting right into her swinging motion trajectory and just sealing the net.
Becca Siedenberg in for the Wildcats at setter as Koss takes a moment on the sideline. Trying to just switch up some of the game plan as she'll run out right here and go to the outside hit. That goes over. This one deflected back down. Tulsa able to save it. This one is the net, and it's ACU's point.
Great block there by Welch and Gonzalez on Eitler, and again, you need to shut her down up at the net because it's going to be hard to defend her, and then just an error there by Cooper, who I know they want to go to right now because she's done some really great things this match, but unable to execute.
Now trailing by one, the Wildcats. This one close to the net, tips it over, diving forward, able to save it. This one, a hit over from Edmonston. ACU trying to respond right here. Another one from Edmonston. That one, another point for ACU.
Great swing by Edmonston. Edmonston is so good in those out-of-system plays when you don't know where the ball is going to be sent. Puts herself in great body position to deliver that line shot.
A member of the 2022 WAC all-freshman team. Finally back after some injury work. As Ramirez tries to dig it out of the floor, instead on a straight line goes out of bounds.
Hip did a really good job there of selling as if she was going to go up and dump the ball. Gets Thaler to bite on her. Now you have Eitler with one blocker. Really great play there by Hip, who really hasn't dumped a lot in this game, so not a great bite there by Thaler, and Eitler's just able to do exactly what Hip allowed her to, giving her that window.
Patterson now leading by one, barely tips it over off the net, and a potentially lucky play right there for Tulsa. ACU not able to return it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to call it luck, but I don't know if it was totally intentional, and we saw it at the end of the last set of just kind of well-timed luck points. Maybe we'll see that a little bit more now.
If it was intentional, it was extremely impressive. We shouldn't take anything away from her, but she gets the service ace right here as the ball will go out of bounds. And Tulsa now up 24-21.
Now that one was intentional, I am sure of that, and that was a great serve there. Not a lot of motion on it. Beautiful float, putting
a long discussion here. Tulsa trying to run away with their second set after a massive comeback. They now lead by 3. Backline, Beaver picks it up. Koss back in. She'll give it up to Edmonston, who fires it up, trying to save it, runs into the board, and it goes over. Great play by Tulsa. Back hit, Thaler, and it's blocked down for Tulsa. They win the second set on an absolute incredible run. Tulsa with the second set, winning it 25-21. AC
kind of formulate at the end of these sets.
these first 2 sets, recapping them, going back, and you can't say it enough, it felt like a marathon in that first set in which Tulsa finally pulled away 31-29. The second set, a little bit different. The Wildcats get ahead on both some of their own different things that they did, but also because of mistakes from Tulsa. Then Tulsa figures it out, cleans it up, makes a little comeback, and then they run away with the second set. So they're up 2-0 in a game that felt like this match. In that first set, it could be a 5-set match. Right now, we're looking at a potential sweep if Tulsa can get some things figured out, especially on the serving side. It feels like they already have, though.
It does feel like they already have, especially again with Baycorn coming in and just doing exactly what she needed to do. And this is just a testament to the composure of Tulsa. I mean, it can be such a mentality killer to have so many missed serves back to back to back and to still come in and be aggressive and end up winning that second set. I mean, they're just here to punch at the end and hit the gas at the end, which is exactly when they need to show up.
Rachel Koss starting off this third set, waiting for the signal. She gets it. Here we go. Third set underway. This one right down, and Tulsa picks up right where they left off. A quick point here in the third set.
Again, they just want to go to Cooper early on in the sets. We've seen it all 3 sets now, and she's doing a great job of executing.
Kat Cooper, the senior, once again a transfer from San Diego State. A lot of experience there she brings to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Brittany Baycorn. Outside hit. This one picked back up. Another one. And this one's in. Tulsa with another point.
What a great response by everyone on Tulsa's side. You have a great pass there by Patterson, a great set and a great swing by Bayless on that deep line shot. Very powerful, and you can see Koss is kind of sucked up into the court, leaving that deep corner open.
Baycorn into the net, and ACU catches a break as they score their first point of this third set.
Even though it's early on in this third set, I mean, we have been talking about the missed serves consistently because it just becomes an issue, and so Tulsa's going to need to cut that one with just one.
Beaver picking up, she heard what you were talking about, sends it over in the back corner. A service error gives Tulsa their third point.
Good for Tulsa, kind of negates the missed serve before that, but now you just got to turn to the next server and say, all right, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to make this one, or are you going to start a chain of missed serves?
Quinn Swafford, we'll see what she does. Her third year of collegiate volleyball, and she's able to get it over. Koss sets up a strong hit, but off a tip, it's going to be ACU's point.
Good swing there by Edmiston, who is great at tooling the block. It's really a special skill that you have to refine to be able to do it well, and Edmiston has just been great at it since her freshman year up to now.
Thaler sends it over. That one spinning over, a service ace for Avery Thaler.
What a tricky little serve there. That ball looks like it's coming in hot and then just drops short.
Now Thaler trying to go back-to-back, will she? As Tulsa picks it up. And top, out of bounds. It's ACU with their third straight point.
Again, just some early errors being seen here. You can see that Hip wants to keep going to Cooper as she's on the front row in this starting lineup. Good idea there. Just a little bit overturned.
Now Thaler gets it over as it taps off the net. Giving it back is Gonzalez. Gonzalez will tip it. ACU able to reset. Now Sevier goes over, and Gonzalez is asking about something.
Yeah, it looks like Gonzalez, they called 4 touches on that. Gonzalez wanted that first touch to be considered a block touch, which wouldn't be called within that 3-touch rule, but she was a little too far off the net. They considered it a set. So Edmiston had the 4th touch in that rally.
Patterson. This one a little in front of her, but Gonzalez still able to get it down.
Yeah, Gonzalez likes to go off of 1 foot there, even on that gap set, which you don't see a ton. But it works in situations like this because she's rotating her body. That ball is a little bit overset, but she can still make that move to tip it over.
Abby Christian one of 4 Wildcats to appear in all 28 matches last year. This one tipped up. Beaver not able to hold it in play. And another point for Tulsa.
Yeah, Eiler has just been fantastic this entire match. She's hitting 250, which is pretty much exactly where you want to be as an outside hitter. That was her 9th or 10th kill there. I'm sure Tulsa will continue to lean on her in this third set.
Braden Hip. Right-hand serve goes over. Koss. And Gonzalez hit. Picked back up, though. This one. Too long on that one. ACU grabs the point.
I've seen a ton of errors there by Eiler as she shakes her head, knowing that that was just kind of a silly move there. When you're that far off the net, you don't want to send it high to the middle of the court. It's going to go out of bounds. You want to send that deep.
Shifts late. Over to the left side. And this one will go into the net. Giving Tulsa their 6th point. We're tied back up at 6.
It's the 15th missed serve on the match from both sides, which is just pretty messy. Maybe it's just the fact it's a Monday afternoon, but we're really going to need to see some players clean this up.
Koss goes outside to Beaver, who's blocked right back down. Great hit right there from Megan Mills.
That was a huge block there, if you can't tell by her enthusiasm. Wow, I mean, she is just up and over that net. Sends it straight back down in front of Beaver's face. Mills has done some great things since being subbed in.
Tulsa leading 7-6. Koss outside. Beaver gets her revenge as it's barely in. ACU ties it right back up.
Good swing there by Beaver, who only had 1 blocker up. Not going to let Mills get her again. You can see Hansen is late on that ball, so she sends it inside over the head of Peterson. Great shot.
Ramirez. And this one a punch over as Koss gives it up outside to Thaler. Now another hit. This one a tap up as Beaver saves it. Beaver asking for it, won't get it. This one ricochets over to Ramirez. Koss goes straight over and saved by the Golden Hurricane. This one into the net. No touch. They're asking for no touch as it's picked back up, and it's going to be off the referee on a tap. And quickly running over is Coach EJ to challenge that. And I think she's going to challenge what would have been a 4th hit for Tulsa, as it looked like the ball hit the net, not necessarily a Wildcat hand. Every Wildcat immediately asked for a replay, but they still managed to continue playing.
Yeah, great effort even past that point of contention there, but I think you're absolutely right. I'm sure that Coach EJ is challenging that ball, seeing if it did in fact hit the blocker's hands or just the top of the tape. It would have been that ball hit by Mills, a couple points over there, but it looks like Bayless there does get a touch off of the block.
So if the call stands, that is exactly what the play is. But earlier in that point, there was a potential 4th hit, and you can see Koss and Beaver instantly raise their hands saying, well, hold up, hold up. Referees did not signal anything, so they continued play. And so you're going to have to rewind the officiating crew right now, going back to what it was, and that's why head coach EJ came over and fully explained what she was challenging. She wasn't challenging that final hit because it was pretty obvious, but she was challenging earlier in the set, and they will in fact give Tulsa the point. ACU not really sure, not really confident that that was the case.
Looks like the down ref said it did indeed touch a wrist of one of the ACU blockers, which is also a pretty quick challenge for as contentious as the point was, but it looks like they saw it pretty clearly on the replay.
Jill Hansen sends it over. Koss goes straight over. As the return, now from Beaver on the outside, taps it up. It's gonna have to reset. Beaver with another opportunity. This one blocked, but saved, trying to go outside, and a point goes to Tulsa. Violation on number 2, Avery Thaler.
Great blocks again. Wow, I mean, just those are great setups by the pin and a great close there by the middle. You can see their timing is really in sync as they're able to seal at the same time.
the freshman. Gets it up. Beaver tries again. This time works. Third time's the charm for Aubrey Beaver. And that is her 11th kill on the night. A strong performance from her, and she'll set the record for most kills through 10 games in a Wildcat uniform right there. Great hit for her.
A lot of those kills are, again, just powering through that block. She loves that strong swing through 4 hands, which is helping the momentum build after Koss gets this ace.
Rachel Koss with the ace. Trying to repeat right here and break this tie. Now tap over. She comes flying in to pick it back up, and Ramirez will get the set. This one ricochets left, and it's going to be a point for the Wildcats.
Great job by Severe, who gets her feet there on a pretty inside set, but is still able to make something of it. She's having to come into the court in order to get her hand on that ball, and goes high off those blockers' hands. Really smart play. Starting
to get their footing is Abilene Christian. Now tap over, and Koss is the one that saves it. Ramirez with another setup for the outside hit. Back set. Fires right back is the defense of Abilene Christian. And another block. They're going back and forth. This one, well out, no touch. It's Abilene Christian's point.
Again, in these long rallies, sometimes you just kind of have to depend on the other team making an error, and he was able to do some really good things up there on the block, and it's just Tulsa that ends up making the issue at the end.
Rachel Koss serves yet again. This one, not a comfortable play right out of the gate as Ramirez sets up. Outside, Beaver. That one, back corner, kill for Aubrey Beaver.
That is a textbook shot. That is exactly where you want that ball to go, deep into that corner. No one on the Tulsa defense even made a move for it. That ball just high and deep into the corner, perfectly in the seam between those two defenders.
Now Koss shifts to the left side, and that hits the net. That's the second time we've seen a Wildcat try to shift their positioning and then throw it into the net. It gives Tulsa an unforced side out.
She had a good run there up to that point, but again, it's just kind of, this is going to be a tight game. So even though Koss has done a great job serving, you just don't really have room to make those errors in this third set, especially if you're ACU, when you need to win this to keep the match going.
Brittany Bacorn, a sophomore from Knoxville, Iowa. Her Tulsa volleyball team trailing by 2. Outside hit, a great one right there from Annalise Severe, the sophomore, showing them how it's done.
Yeah, another great, powerful swing by Severe. Severe's doing a great job in this match, and again, just that deep seam shot, cutting right in between the middle back and the left back there to get the kill.
And here comes Aaliyah Jowers subbing in to serve this one away. The Wildcats leading by 3. And she'll send it into the net, and Tulsa grabs the point.
Again, 2 errors in a row. You just kind of start this little chain reaction that puts more pressure on the server after you. And even though ACU is up, those kinds of things just get into your head, and momentum can change quickly, as we've seen in the past 2 sets.
Swafford for Tulsa will send it over. Rachel Koss, outside hit. And that one is out. But off a tip, it's ACU's point.
Looks like Tulsa's not super happy with that call there, but again, Evanston just loves that shot, loves going off of those high hands, and sometimes it's hard to see if you're a defender for Tulsa.
A 3-point lead for the Wildcats, but they know from that second set that is not a safe lead at all. Now off the head of Gonzalez, a great hit right there for number 9, Lauren Eitler.
Yeah, great swing by Eitler again. You can see Hip kind of want to bait the middle blocker there. She swings her arms back as if she's going to go up and dump it, and Gonzalez is just a little bit late on that block, and Eitler's able to find that hole.
Patterson back. And she'll go across. Koss has to get up quickly. And off the deflection, it's going to be a point for ACU. Ashley Edmonston back into this game, making an impact.
That is such a high expertise play there. She sees those hands. That is a high IQ play. Her whole body is facing the line. Rather than forcing it into that cross, she's going to swing high through that line. Great play there.
A timeout signaled, falling in their first 2 sets, but the Wildcats lead here in the third, 15-12 over Tulsa. Set, but they're down after dropping the first 2 sets. First 31-29 and then 25-21. Trying to come away with this third one here as number 12, Abby Christian, is back to serve for the Wildcats. Tulsa giving up to the freshman, and she sends it down for the kill. 13 points for Tulsa.
Great swing there by Hansen. She has 2 blockers up to her right, so she's going to turn it instead to her left. Trying to get it to Abby Christian there, and is able to just, again, cut that sharp seam.
The senior for Tulsa sends it over with the right hand. Koss has to run for it, sets up on the outside and pushes it over, and it's going to be Tulsa's point.
Right idea there by Edmiston, trying to throw it deep into that line. You could see Hip kind of run up thinking that she was going to take that tip shot, but is able to throw it deep instead, just misses a little bit out of bounds.
15-14, Wildcats leading. Tulsa trying to tie it up right here. Koss back sets to Gonzalez. She has to backtrack for it, able to get it over though. This one deflects out of bounds. Tulsa will knot us back up at 15.
Really smart set there by Hip, who knows that Gonzalez, like you just said, had to kind of take a couple steps back in order to get that ball, which means she's going to be late getting to the net. You see how she's up late on that block, so that ball just goes out of bounds.
Once again, Braden Hip, 3 straight points. And she'll make it 4 as it deflects out of bounds.
Good serve there by Hip. Again, we've just needed to see this Tulsa team kind of turn their serves on, and makes a different game for them, and that was a beautiful float serve by her.
Once they figured it out, it's been no looking back for Tulsa. This one, another great serve. Koss gives it up to Gonzalez, and that's one of those momentum hits we've seen in the past from Hannah Gonzalez. This could ignite a run right here for the Wildcats if she has her way.
Yeah, it's always helpful when Koss and Gonzalez are able to connect on those balls, especially on those balls that are a little bit off the net and where she's still able to run her middle. It kind of helps ACU know that, you know, they can really do whatever they want in this game as long as they just stick to what they know.
Larson sends it over. Tulsa, outside hit, straight down from number 13, Megan Mills.
What a swing again off of a late block of Gonzalez. Just a super smart, fast set there by Hip. Gonzalez gets caught up with Hansen. Great job on Hansen being up. And man, she just puts that ball straight down.
The freshman from Topeka, Kansas, making a huge impact tonight ever since she started making appearances late in that first set. Koss gives up to Beaver, taps it over, and she gets it right back. Gonzalez with the stronger hand gets it over. Now another tap over, and Ramirez able to get it over on the dive. This one, a stronger hit, deflected up in the air. Koss gives up to Gonzalez, trying to go long, and it doesn't. It's Tulsa's point after no touch.
Right idea there, trying to feed the ball to Gonzalez as Tulsa is kind of scrambling with a lot of tight to the net plays there. And good job on Mills not making an error, getting the ball back to back to back.
And a timeout signaled by the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Let's send it over to Taylor Harrison for more on this mid-afternoon matchup. Taylor?
Hasn't beaten Tulsa in the last 4 meetings, so tonight they've been in for a bit of an uphill battle. The Golden Hurricanes swept the Wildcats 3-0 last year, and they've been playing with a very similar fashion tonight. But ACU has been playing with momentum of its own, and an underdog win here would not only extend ACU's streak, it would mark the program's first victory over Tulsa in a really long time.
score here in the third set. Tulsa retaking the lead over the Abilene Christian. Before Tulsa closes the door, Christian takes it off the serve. Koss giving it up to Beaver. This one deflects up in the air. Back set to and that is going to be Megan once again. Mills with so many fantastic hits this evening.
Yeah, wow. I mean, you're just seeing her be fed the ball more and more as she continues to capitalize on these sets that she's given. Beautiful delivery there by Hip, who's well off the net, but able to get a good right side set. And again, working that line, which ACU has yet to figure out.
Lauren Eitler gives it up. Koss right at the net, and she will step over. You can see her trying to tightrope her way from falling over, but she fell into the net and stepped over.
A little bit of a tight pass there for Koss to work with, but again, you can't let your body go into that net. You can see she kind of jumps into it a little bit. Automatic point for Tulsa.
Now up to 20. The Golden Hurricane. Koss gives it back to Beaver, and a rocket picked up. Now the freshman Hansen, it's going to be at the net. Gonzalez wins the battle. Tulsa has to reset. This one way long, but still received. Now Gonzalez another attempt, and she sends it right into the net. A little bit low for Gonzalez, not able to handle it.
Yeah, again, just a misconnection there, which we've seen a couple of those during this match. But you can see just swings low into the tape. She really wants to get that big swing, but not able to get it over.
And the final timeout for the Wildcats of Abilene Christian. Looking at the preseason poll for the American Conference, obviously Tulsa started off on a rough stretch, but as they enter conference play, they're headed into this right in the middle of the pack via the voting, but they've been hot. If they pull this one out, it would be 7 straight games against very formidable opponents. They're going to have some early high-pressure matchups in this after this weekend, hosting this Tulsa Volleyball Invitational. Right there in the middle, and you've got to believe that Tulsa wants to slowly move to the top of that list. And what we've seen tonight is if they clean up a few things, they definitely have the potential to do so.
It's fun seeing the AAC kind of build notoriety, as you have a lot of teams in the AAC that really perform well and are performing well in this preseason, beating some big names like we've already mentioned with Tulsa, with OU and Arkansas, and just making a name for themselves.
And you got to imagine for Tulsa Volleyball to beat a school like Oklahoma in their home state has got to be a huge step forward for what head coach Ramatowski wants to do with this program. A young coach in her 3rd year at the helm. I assume she couldn't be more happy with the results. Or Eitler. Koss outside Beaver. Can the Wildcats going to run here? This one, another hit. And the Achilles heel for Abilene Christian has been Megan Mills all afternoon.
And first, starting with that great dig by Hip and beautiful out-of-system set by Patterson, and Mills just going up with some power, which some freshmen might shy away from, but she does not.
Save it after a tap, and they will call a 4th hit. Koss didn't believe so.
Yeah, kind of a replay of what happened earlier in the set of Tulsa being up and ready for that ball, but ACU just kind of clipping the top of the net there instead of sending it over.
23-16, Tulsa trying to sweep the Wildcats here in this afternoon matchup. Koss gives it outside to Beaver once again. This one flying up in the air, and a great swing from Aubrey Beaver, getting the Wildcats potentially back on track.
Yeah, great swing there by Beaver. You know, some players, it looks like ACU is kind of coming in hot still. They don't want this match to end in this 3rd set right here. So they're going to keep swinging away.
Ramirez gives it up. An awkward set, still able to get over though. Koss, quick set to Thaler, and Tulsa has to reset. Outside, and who else, but she's quickly returned as the outside corner. Mills was able to get over that first time, and this time Tulsa will grab the point once again. A quick side out gives them their 24th point.
So smart by Hipp. She is well off the net, so it's not really expected that she's going to dump that ball. She also has 3 hitters up and available. Just a really smart play there, sending it to the middle of the court that has been open repeatedly throughout this match.
And the point goes to Abilene Christian. And a breath of fresh air for the Wildcats. Backed up against the wall right now. We'll see what Koss can do. This one near the net, straight down from Thaler. And once again, another opportunity for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats staying alive. Koss delivers a great serve, just not handled super well by Eitler there, and Thaler throws it down.
Koss, this one close to the net as well. And not the strongest hit right there. Gets it over, and they have to reset. Mills deflects it out of bounds. I said, who else? That's the one. What a freshman performance right there from Megan Mills. The most appropriate way to finish this on a 3-0 sweep for Tulsa. Tulsa beats the Abilene Christian Wildcats, extending their streak to 7 straight victories. After dropping those first 2, they moved their record to 7-2.